The TD Bank North Garden and the Boston Celtics and Detroit Pistons. I mean, how cool is it? With all apologies to Orlando and Cleveland and everybody else, this is the matchup we all wanted, Frank.
Plus, it does bring back some history of those great rivalries back from the 80s between the Pistons and the Celtics.
This is the 8th time they have met in the playoffs. The last time it was 2002. Boston knocked out Detroit, and that was the last year Detroit did not make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. First half highlights continuing with Kevin Garnett burying the jumper. Boston up 22-17 at the end of one. Detroit comes back in the second quarter. Tayshaun Prince, the shot clock running down. He brings Detroit within 3. And here is KG again off the feed from Paul Pierce. Nice little setup by Pierce, and Kevin Garnett buries it. Boston up 41-40 at the half, and the C's take over in the third.
And really, Boston in the first half, only 7 free throws. In the third quarter, they took 13. They were much more aggressive getting to the basket in the third quarter.
There's that word again, aggressive. Tonight when I go home, I'm checking out the thesaurus. I want another word other than aggressive. Paul Pierce was aggressive in the third quarter, and here he is fading. And with 1 minute to go in the third quarter, Boston up by 9. They took a 12-point lead to the fourth, where Rasheed Wallace started to get his game on a little bit.
Yeah, but he really struggled in this game. That's actually pretty good defense for P.J. Brown. They need more out of Rasheed Wallace to have a chance to win this series.
Here's my guy, my favorite Piston, Rodney Stuckey. And I don't care if anybody knows it, 9 points for Stuckey in 22 minutes off the bench. I love this dude. He brought the Pistons within 6 points at that point. But Paul Pierce with the answer.
And he's doing that over Tayshaun Prince, one of the best defenders in the league. We've seen him block so many shots, but this is obviously where the game got away from Detroit. And there's Rondo. He's a huge three-point shot, finished with 11 points. Really solid play from him.
That was the dagger right there, and with our great editors behind me, I say this reluctantly, but you did not need to see that Paul Pierce J right there, because it was over on that Rondo J from the left wing, but Pierce just piling it on there at the end. That was the last bucket for Boston. They score 88 in Game 1, Detroit to 79, and Boston gets a Game 1 victory by 9. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce combined for 48 points. Tayshaun Prince leads the Detroit Pistons with 16. And one stat I want to bring out to you, Frank, the assists for the Boston Celtics, 27 assists on 36 field goal makes. That's an unbelievable ratio, and it helped them shoot 52%.
And we've seen it throughout the playoffs. Every time they mic Doc Rivers during a game, he's constantly telling his players, make the extra pass. We're so much better when we make the extra pass. They did it tonight. 27 assists. And you look at those matchups, though, Rondo against Phillips, and then you have Rasheed Wallace against Kevin Garnett. The point guard position, the power forward position, Detroit got dominated in this game, and that's why Boston right now is sitting pretty at 1-0 in this series.